All right, everyone, welcome to the Live Free podcast. Today's guest is it's Claire Wescott, right? Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, perfect. You're on the Vox's Home of the 31st Century, which is a Draco Lloyd show. I'm also on
Yeah,
it. You play uh, Johan, right? Is that how you say it?
yeah, the mom.
Yeah. Okay. Um, how do you say it? Do you say Johan? Because every time I'm reading the script, I always say like Johan, and then I'm like, is it Joanne? like,
I don't know. I guess Joanne or
oh,
something. I don't
yeah,
pronounce the H, but
yeah.
I don't think she's really said her name that much.
It always stumbles me when I'm reading the script. I think I have to record the voice. I mean, the name at least like twice to make sure I get it right.
Oh man.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you're on that you'd like to promote here?
Well, there's this. One of them is called Azure Howl. I've been with that project since 2009, 2010.
Oh, really?
It's yeah. I was like, I guess 15 or 16 when I auditioned, and it's still an ongoing project. It's an animated show about wolves and stuff.
Okay.
It's very fun,
Is that on YouTube?
honestly. Yeah, it is.
Okay, sweet. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, that could be a great one of the links you send me at the end to throw in the description. But
Yeah,
that
definitely.
that's crazy. I didn't know that because this is our first time meeting, by the way, to anyone that's listening. But in the email you sent me, you made it seem like this was like the only project you've been a part of because you were kind of surprised that I reached out to you.
Yeah, I mean, I do. I am in a couple of projects, but then again, it's the internet. It's very vast, so you never really know when you're going to be called famous or anything. And I don't really think I'm famous.
Yeah, that is very true. I understand that. I've been doing stuff since probably 2013, and it feels like um, it feels like you're not moving too far too fast. But uh, I mean, Draco Lloyd's a great person to collaborate with because ever since I've collaborated with him, it's been like he has a flock of people that really appreciate his stuff, and they're super nice and gracious people. So like, hopefully, them listening to this will make them go and check out your other stuff because I've been fortunate enough that a handful or a majority of them actually have went and checked out my stuff, and it's been super cool to have that happen and see what they think of it. So.
Well, that's awesome. If you're listening and you want to check it out, please. I also have a voice acting website called Claire Wescott VA at webs.com. So
Sweet. Yeah, I might have to take opportunity of that too myself because I'm always working on projects and it'd be sweet to have you on as a cameo or a minor role in one of the films we do. We don't.
yeah, that'd be really fun.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Of course, we don't do animation, but I could still try to write you into like uh, what's the word, a live action role where you're just doing your voice. I think that'd be sweet.
Yeah, that would be cool. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, anytime. It's great to meet you. You play the mom on the Voxes, which is I've never met anyone else from that show until now. Um, I like the show so far. What do you think of it?
Um, it's a very interesting art style. It's not something that you expect, but the stories are very fun, definitely.
They really are. It's really weird, kind of, because they remind me of like a sitcom, but also fused with a child type show, all blended with sci-fi, and it makes for some really interesting, intriguing episodes. But the animation, like you said, is very unique and cool.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I, I really like it so far. So how did that come about? How did you and Draco Lloyd meet? I know we're going a little bit off the Q&As, but I'm just trying to make it
No, you're
flow
fine.
well.
So I initially just met Dracoloid on Newgrounds, and I joined Newgrounds because I knew there were voice acting opportunities there, and I would offer up my services to projects that piqued my interest. So I reached out to Dracoloid, and I got the part.
That's sweet. What is Newgrounds? I've never heard of that.
So Newgrounds is this old website that's been around since forever. It's been home to uh, well-known flashes like The Ultimate Showdown and I guess others that I can't think of at the top of my head, but it's been around forever.
So is it
And
like a you can go, sorry.
I've only recently joined for the voice acting opportunities, but I've known its existence for quite a while.
Okay, so is it like a streaming site kind of, or just a
Um,
link up with other artists type of site?
it's a website where artists can come together and post their animations, their art, their voice acting, video games, collaborations,
That's
stuff
really
like that.
cool. I didn't know
It,
that existed. I'll have to look into that.
cool, cool.
Yeah, then again, I don't really have any animations or anything, but still, I mean, I'm sure that'd be a good site to get on, to meet more people and
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I definitely recommend it.
yeah, I'll definitely check into it. Thanks for telling me about that because I had no
No
idea that
problem.
existed. So, um, what's a dream project of yours? Like, what would be something that you'd really like to do?
Well, definitely to be able to dub an anime or a commercial or an original cool show that gets very popular. And I do have a couple of projects in the work just for fun. But the first project that came to mind when you asked this is this slasher romance movie script about. Uh, so, are you cool with like curse words on
Yeah,
this podcast, or can I?
yeah, you can definitely
Okay,
swear.
okay, cool. So it's a movie about a slasher romance movie script about a slasher fucker girl who meets a slasher and she becomes one. And I have the general idea of the plot written now. It's just a matter of completing the script.
Oh, you're
And
writing it.
yeah. And
That's
my dream is to
sweet.
see it become one of these staple slasher films along with Child's Play and Halloween.
That's sweet. I would love to like get a snippet of that script. Like that'd be so interesting and cool to read. Not the whole thing, obviously, because I don't want to. I know we're just meeting, and I don't want you to think I'm stealing your script. But that'd be so cool to read, like a page of or something.
Yeah, I mean, I have the general idea written out. I don't have the script written out at all.
Do you know
But
how to write a script?
yeah,
Okay, okay, sweet. I was gonna
yeah.
offer assistance if you needed it. That sounds really
Oh,
cool.
thank you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that sounds really cool. I know exactly what you mean. I'm a huge horror fan myself, and I'm always thinking like, how can you make an original horror film that is, like you said, a staple of that genre? And it's a task that seems almost impossible because there's so many great ones, and it's hard to really be original. But um,
Yeah.
I mean, the way you're going about it is the proper way to do so. Put a lot of time and effort and thought into it. Um, I don't know if you're a fan of the Scream films.
I've watched the Scream films, but I haven't seen the latest one that I really need to.
Yeah, oh, it's great. But I was actually stoked for the new one, and I started watching some stuff on YouTube, and I didn't realize how thought out the first one was. Like Wes Craven put thought into who was being the killer when the killer was attacking for every single sequence, and I never thought that he actually put that much thought into it. I don't know why. I just thought that he, was like, oh, here we go. Then the Ghostface attacks this person here, and I never would have pictured him actually sitting down and saying, okay, this is when it's. I don't want to spoil it, but the movie's been out for 25 years. But this is when Billy's killing. This is when Stu's killing. I never pictured that he actually would have sat down and did that. Like I guess I just didn't have enough as much respect for him as I should have. I know he's great. Like Nightmare on Elm Street's amazing, but I just
Oh yeah, yeah.
I never pictured that, and that's really the way to go about it is to put a lot of time and hard work and thought into making a staple. Uh, I'm confident you can do it. Like,
Oh, thanks. I mean, it's just an idea right now. I haven't really done much. Just
well, I mean,
get.
if like I can help you out with like a role or whatever, like my dream is to one day have our film business become like huge and blow up. Hopefully that happens, but like if that happens, I would love to like potentially fund that if that were to happen in the future. Like, you know, that'd be sweet. No promises, but
Yeah.
if I blow up, I'd love to uh, have a helping hand in that.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, if you do need an actor, please hire me because I got my bachelor's of fine arts in acting back in 2020, and I've been looking for opportunities. So, I mean,
Oh,
if
really?
you got one for me, yeah, hook me up.
Even just beyond voice acting or strictly voice acting?
I've started work. Oops. So I've practiced acting like ever since middle school and everything. But I've been studying acting in college and in high school, and it's honestly a passion of mine. I
Yeah,
yeah,
no, that
sorry.
no, you're good. Yeah, that's nice to know because we could always use an actor. So like, I will seriously find a role for you. That's awesome to know. It's great to the more actors you know, the better. It's great to know more and more.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, because I mean, there's so many great ones, but you never know if they're going to be backed up or busy, or there's times where the audience I think just would like to see someone new, and that's probably partially why um, we haven't blown up the way that I'd hoped we would by now, because I'm in everything, and I'm sure people get tired of seeing me and hearing me, but um, you know, uh, I'm really interested in having you be in something like that'd be sweet.
Thank you so much for the offer. I'll definitely keep me in mind.
Yeah, I will. And I'll use your website when you send me that link, because that's probably the best way to go about it, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
mean, I guess my theater resume would be good too.
Yeah, you can. You don't have to send me that, but if you want to, you can. I'd be interested to see what you've all done. Like, even if it's something that I can't see on the internet, like it'd be interesting to know all the roles that you've done. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, of course. So what made you interested in voiceover acting? Since you said, like actual acting was kind of a glimmer in your eye in middle school. What kind of turned that towards? Oh, I'll do voiceover.
As weird as this sounds, it started with my wolf phase when I was 14. So back on 2008, 2009 YouTube, I would look up animated wolf shows. Then, well, they were very poorly animated for the time too. Some were good, some were bad. It was a hit and miss. And then I realized they had auditions for these wolf shows, and I wanted to be a part of that. So I started auditioning for stuff between 2009 and 2011, and I just kind of dipped out. But I got back into the voice acting at the start of the pandemic because I can't really do in person acting as
Yep,
much as I like to.
yep. That's definitely understandable. That's interesting. Like you said, I wouldn't have expected that to be how you got into it, but that's still cool. Um, I kind of I kind of had the same thing to a degree. When I was like in middle school or so, I read the Warriors books. I don't know if you remember those with the cats.
Oh, yeah, they were very fun.
Yeah,
Very cool
yeah.
books.
And I always thought like, oh, that'd be such a cool like web series. And so I like, I really got into like, oh, it'd be sweet if I could, get a bunch of alley cats together and film this out.
Yeah,
But
that would be cool.
yeah, it would be. I mean, especially there's some epic scenes in those. I'm not gonna lie. There was some parts that I could just picture in my head. Like that's so cool. Uh, Picturing that as a movie. I'm surprised that those haven't been made into a movie or anything yet.
Yeah, me too. I mean, lots of people on YouTube have animated a couple of clips, and they are really good, really beautifully animated.
I've never seen any animated ones. I guess I've never looked that hard. I'll have to check into those because, but at the same time, I really don't remember the books like too well. I just like I remember certain points, but like I don't even remember what led up to that point. I might have to look into them and see if I'll be interested in rereading them again. But
Yeah, the most I remember from the Warriors Cats is I read up to the point where they had to move territories or something,
yeah, I see.
but it was yeah.
Every series has 6 books if I remember correctly, right?
I don't remember at
Yeah.
all.
Well, I think I got to like the second series, so I probably got like maybe 7 books in. But
Yeah,
that first series was super good. But I just don't remember anyone's name, so I couldn't even tell you like what part I got to or anything. But yeah, that would be sweet if you were to animate. I mean, voice one of those cats. That'd be sweet.
that would be very fun. That would be
Yeah.
such a fun role to go through.
That really would be. Like I would love doing that too. Yeah, see, Vox's was my first voiceover role. I had never done it before, and Draco, he was telling me about these animations he was working on, and I decided like I might as well try it out. But I just talk with my normal voice during the episode for the most part. There was that one with Robot Marty, I think is what they called him, and I changed my voice a little bit for that, but not a whole lot. But um,
Wait, did they release that episode?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. I can't. I
Yeah,
couldn't.
because I checked his YouTube channel and it looks like only 2 episodes have been released so far.
Yeah,
So
he's
we should really like keep it down low on the other uh, scripts and episodes that haven't been released yet.
Oh yeah, you're very right. I wasn't even thinking of that. Yeah, that's my bad. Um, yeah, that is a very good point. Yeah, I know he's working on animation. I know he'll get him out soon. Has he told you anything about the script for episode 5? I won't spoil it, but it is interesting the direction he's taking with it.
Um, I think he's just giving me script 4. I don't remember.
Yeah, he
honestly.
see. I don't know how often you and him talk, but he actually got COVID at the end of December. Yeah,
Oh
and
my god.
yeah, and I'll just say that like his he's all right, but like his experience with that and kind of his anger, I suppose, a little bit about that is really a pushing point for episode 5. That's the teaser I can give without spoiling anything. And
Wow.
it's gonna be like a really conceptual episode for the show compared to most, and I think it'll be pretty good, honestly. Like I'm really
Yeah, I
excited for
haven't
it.
gotten the script for episode 5 yet. I just looked through my files and I only have recordings for 1 through 4 right
Yeah,
now.
I don't think he's even done writing 5. I think like he's just got the plot, and I think he just started it. But I don't think he like he's busy right now. He's really busy, but like he's working on getting everything caught up. But um, yeah, like that whole COVID stint kind of threw his schedule off the whack. But
Well, I hope he feels better.
yeah,
I can't imagine. Yeah, COVID's a bitch.
yeah. Have you had it?
No, thankfully.
Yeah,
I wear a mask everywhere I go.
I'm
very
surprised I haven't.
pro-vaccine, pro-mask.
Oh, very pro vaccine, pro mask. He'll like you then, Draco. Like that's really like what he was kind of venting to me, and he's just yeah like yeah he's tired of the whole thing going on, which I definitely agree with.
Yeah, I can definitely sentiment there.
Yeah,
Definitely.
me too. I even like because he just kind of disappeared, and someone on Twitter just posted and was like, you know, haven't really heard from him in a while or whatever, and I was like, that is a very good point. Like, I've went times where it'll take days for me or him to reply to one another or whatever, but that mixed with the fact that it was the holiday season, I was like, oh no, like, is he okay? Like nobody's heard from him or anything, and then he gets back and that's what he says, and it's like, whoa, like, yeah, it's a good thing that didn't go worse than it did. Um,
Yeah. Is he feeling better? Do you know?
I think so. This was like at the end of December, and he says that there's times where he'll feel kind of like I don't know how to describe it. Somewhat in a trance, I would say probably would be the best way to describe it, and it makes
Oh
him
my god.
yeah take a little longer to write something, but I think he's definitely recovering day by day. he I've tried telling him to slow it down a bit because his work ethic is so crazy that it's like if you're just constantly doing stuff, at your office, um, you're gonna get burnt out really quick, and then you might go back into not feeling good again, just from the stress, with that thrown into the mix. And um, I told him we don't want that. I told him we want good quality
Yeah.
rather than uh, quantity.
Yeah, we want him fully recovered.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. And if he doesn't, we won't get any quality. And I mean quantity. And
exactly. So,
yeah.
Dracoloid, if you're listening to this, please take a break.
Yeah,
take
yeah.
long breaks.
Yeah, everybody on Twitter that's a fan of him say that too. Like, because he won't listen to me.
Yeesh.
Yeah, Yeah, but I think he'll make it through. But yeah, it is one of those things where it's like you can't help but feel bad. He's a really cool, nice person. I respect him a lot. Hey, have you looked at any of his other shows? Speaking of Draco Lloyd.
I'm actually in one of the other shows. I'm in
Oh, okay. What
his
what one is
do
that?
yeah, I'm it's that pet show where I'm voicing Queenie, the cat.
I can't remember that one. Is that Red Reverend? Maybe
Uh
that one.
no.
They kind of look like cats in that.
It's called Jurassic
Oh,
something
our
where like
Jurassic Family. Okay, okay. Yep.
yeah,
I
that's
I
it.
I'm in that one too, but I'm only in that one like really small amounts. So I've only gotten like one script. Um and my
Gotcha.
my role was like a line, and because I'm not in it much, I don't want to read the whole script because I want to enjoy the show. um he hasn't released any of those, I don't believe.
I think he's released one episode, but that's about it.
Oh, is there one out now? Oh shoot, I must have missed
I
that. I'll
think.
I'll, I'll have to go find it after this. I was under the impression that he hadn't released any yet. Which, um, speaking of, this is kind of off topic, but kind of on topic. Like what I just said reminded me of this. But I put everything on IMDb for Draco Lloyd. So like I put you on IMDb for Voxes, and I would have for our Jurassic Family if I would have seen that, but that one must have went under my radar. But if you have any projects that you want put on IMDb, you can send me that list too, and I'll work on those. Um, it might take me a little bit of time, but I will definitely get it done.
Thanks. I don't really think I'm in a lot of projects that are on IMDb or people would know to be on IMDb, but thank you so much for the offer.
Yeah, of course. I mean, even for the projects that aren't on there, like I can add them on there. It might that one, that would take me a little bit of time, putting all the actors and whatnot. But I'll definitely, I'm willing to do it. So definitely, just let me know.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah. One second here. Oh, is there any other type of work in the entertainment industry you're interested in or wanting to do? I know you mentioned you were writing a film. Is that about uh, all of that, or
Oh no, I definitely want to do more acting. I want to audition for more theater stuff. To get into films or commercials or Broadway's a big dream of mine.
so
I'd love to get out there.
that would be really cool. I would definitely do theater, but I have like immense stage fright, so I don't think I'd do well, even though I love to do creative stuff. So do you want to do any like directing or editing ever, or just acting?
I think just acting for the most part, but I am a little bit interested in dabbling in script writing and excuse me, that's about it.
Well, honestly, a great way to this is just a suggestion. I'm not trying to pin you to the wall and force you to do anything, but uh, here's a little suggestion of mine. If you wanted to like practice on scripts, you should ask Draco Lloyd if you can write like an episode or two of like the upcoming shows that you're in. Because he let me write an episode, or he let me write two episodes of another show that I'm in called Men in the House, and um, like that'd be great for you to get practice in. Again, like I'm not trying to force you to do it or nothing. I'm just suggestion if you need the practice, like that'd be a really good way to go about it.
I'll definitely keep that in mind. Thanks for
Yeah.
again for offering me so many opportunities.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. What? So like, I taught myself how to write scripts when I was like 13, and how I went about it was I would pull up the script of like my favorite movie, like one that I read was the Social Network screenplay. That movie. I don't know if you've seen that one. Um, Great script, by the way. Um, and then I would kind of take something that I really liked. So like for you, maybe that Warriors, or something Wolf related. Like if you had an anime or something that you liked, like write a fan episode or whatever. That really helped me with learning scripts because it's not so much of a chore. It's not so much of a this needs to get done. It's more of like you want it to get done. You want to see it through to the end because you're
Yeah.
passionate about it. Yeah, and that really helped me.
Yeah, well, I'll consider it. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah. Sorry if I'm making it sound like that's stuff that you have to do. Also, I'm just, I want
Yeah,
to
you're
see.
just throwing out suggestions. I know. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, of course. Yeah, I just want to see you succeed. So, um, yeah. What is your favorite? Who is your favorite filmmaker, if you have one?
So I don't really know a lot of filmmakers, but the only one I can really think of is Mike Flanagan because my film teacher taught him, and I think he still keeps in contact with him. He made The Haunting of Hill House, The Haunting of Bly Manor, and Midnight Mass, to name a few. And I got the chance to go through a Haunting of Hill House themed haunted house at Universal Halloween Horror Nights.
That's
It has
really
a
cool.
lot of homages to the series, and it was a blast to like go through and see
That
everything.
that'd be really sweet. Like that, I'm jealous of that. Mike Flanagan. I gotta look this up quick. Is he the one that made I'm trying to think.
So I looked up his IMDb, and he also made or worked with Oculus or something like that, or a Ouija board at the beginning.
Okay, Doctor Sleep. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
That
yeah, he worked on that.
have you seen that movie?
I have not,
Oh,
unfortunately.
I don't know if you've seen The Shining. I suppose.
I'm familiar with The Shining. I think I've seen it a long time ago, but
Yeah, Doctor Sleep is the sequel to The Shining, and that is such a good film. I mean, um, seriously, the way that he tried to mimic a lot of scenes from The Shining, um, which I mean, obviously because it's a sequel, and there was some scenes in there that I literally thought they just like dug from The Shining and then like completely rescanned the negatives of the film. But no, like he actually went and filmed it, and I mean, it looks so spot on and accurate. It is crazy. Mike Flanagan is a really, really good director. Um, like especially for the horror genre, he is doing so much right now for the horror genre.
oh yeah, it is so fun to see his work.
Yeah, he's great. Hush is another one that he made. I don't know if you've seen that movie either, but that is a solid horror film. The tension in that is crazy.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen Hush, but definitely something I have to check out now.
See, with Hush and A Quiet Place, and then the one on Netflix that was about the blind girl. I think she was. Maybe she wasn't blind. Bird Box, I think was the name of it. That seems to be a new kind of thing in the horror genre where you're messing with people's senses. I know you said that you want to make a horror film that's a staple. I don't know if you're a big horror fan, so I just figured I'd.
Oh, I am a huge horror fan. I've been binge watching all the classics: Halloween,
I love Halloween.
Friday the 13th,
Love that one.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes, they're all
I
great
just
films.
finished the Hellraiser series. That was so fun.
I haven't seen all of those. I've seen most of them. Like I've seen the first two. I want to say Inferno. I've seen, and then uh, maybe Hellworld or Deader. I can't remember which one it was that I watched, but one of those two. Um, yeah, like the first two Hellraisers are awesome. I really like those. In
Oh, me too. I love their special effects and just how much gore they put into it. And
Yes, they are.
it's art.
They're really good films. Like the I mean, especially for back then. Like, because I think that was the 80s, maybe the 90s. I'm pretty sure the first two were the 80s, though, I believe. I could be wrong. I'll look it up real quick. But the like you said, the special effects for that time is just crazy. How many is there? Do you know? And
I would just usually go on Wikipedia and or go to Google and type in Hellraiser franchise, and they would pull up a list of all the Hellraiser movies. So
okay,
I,
I'm right
I
here on
guess there were like
Wikipedia
8
right
or
now.
10.
Okay. Oh, 11 of them, it looks like. Unless the 11th one's not out yet. One second. Yeah, so I don't think the 11th one's out yet. I think it comes out this year and it'll be on Hulu, it's saying. Um,
Oh, that's fun.
but yeah, the first two were in the 80s, late 80s. Um, and it is Inferno that I've seen, the fifth one. Inferno is the one with the cop. Um, I'm trying to think of how it goes. And it's something to do with a hotel room at the very beginning. I think there's a murder in his hotel room and they think it's him. Does that ring a bell at all?
Oh, I know which one. Yeah, I know which movie you're talking about. I don't think I want to talk about the whole thing in case of spoilers.
Yeah, yeah. That one was super good though. Honestly, I really liked that one.
Yeah, later on in the Hellraiser series, they take a more psychological route, which I'm kind of disappointed with because the Hellraiser series, you see it for the gore, the cool special effects, the monsters, and they don't
Yeah,
really
that
have
that
that later on. I
that
mean,
one
in some movies they do, but
that
not
one
the
was
entire.
a very psychological one, but yeah, I understand why you would be a little dissatisfied with that, for sure. Uh, I don't know. I know I think it might be because a lot of those scripts, I don't know if you know this, but a lot of those later Hellraiser movies, they actually just took kind of scripts that other uh, writers had written and they took them and they bought them and they said, okay, now let's turn this into a Hellraiser film, and then they kind of polished in uh, Pinhead into the story element.
Wow, that's very uncreative of them.
Yeah, yep, yep. I think a large part of why they kind of went that route is just because of who owns the Hellraiser movies, like the distributor, and the production company. I don't think they really put as much as they should into the series, but I know that the original, I can't remember if it's the original director or writer. I think honestly the writer of the original novella, I think he was the first film's director also, and I think that he's if I'm thinking of the right dude, I think he's unsatisfied. He wants them to go back to their roots, and so does the original actor for Pinhead. So, uh, yeah, I think that there's hope that the series will kind of go back to normal.
Yeah, me too. I just love seeing all the creativity they have with all this gore and the monsters. It's it's so fun. It's so good. It's so good.
The Cenobites are very creepy and creative. The other ones that aren't
Oh, I
Pinhead,
love the Cenobites.
yes,
They're great.
yes, they really are. I really hope that that series kind of goes in a better way because I haven't seen all of them obviously, but I've heard that they've done like two or three remakes now, uh, and I heard that those were like bad bad, which I haven't seen them so I can't say, but I've heard that they're horrible. But um, I try to keep an open mind until I see the film myself, but it scares me from giving them a watch, you know.
Yeah, the quality does teeter off as the sequels as they keep making sequels. It's disappointing.
Yeah, yeah. That I know a lot of horror franchises are like that, and it really does suck. But I guess what do you think of the 2018 Halloween film?
I loved it.
That's
I loved seeing Daddy Byers in action. That is,
oh like old Myers.
yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Just
yes, yes. That one's honestly one of my favorites from that whole series. Like that's probably in my top five. It was such a good film.
I loved it. And then the recent one, I think in 2021, I got to see that in theaters. It was so fun.
Yeah. See, I didn't like that one as much as the 2018 one, but I still enjoyed it. Like, I know a lot of people ripped into it, and I thought it was a little cheesy at times, like how they kept repeating their, Evil Dies Tonight. But the kills were so creative. The camera work was fucking awesome. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm really excited to see where they go with it. Like,
Yeah, I also thought it was really funny how they kept ham-fisting the fact that Michael Myers only killed 3 people in the first film. Like he didn't have this high count like Jason has with all his movies. Who has I think he has like 136 kills or something, and then Michael with all of the films has like 70 or 80.
that's crazy. Jason is animal of nature, though. I mean, literally. So it's
Yeah.
understandable why Jason would kill so many people. The Friday the 13th films are phenomenal too. Which one is your favorite, if you have one?
I guess the 6th one when Jason comes back to life as
That
a zombie.
that is a great one. I think he comes back to life in both the fifth and the sixth one. I think they kind of they both have.
No, not the fifth one. The fifth one, it's a kind of a spoiler. So if you don't want to hear about this, then I guess skip ahead for a little bit. But in the fifth one, it's not Jason. It's another guy who's trying to take vengeance on his son who was killed in the beginning of the movie.
Oh,
So
okay.
he pretends to be Jason and kills everybody out of revenge.
I
And you
haven't.
can tell because of the blue marks on his mask compared to the red
Oh,
which
okay.
Jason has.
I do recall those blue marks now that you say that. Yep. The
Yeah.
sixth one's the one that starts with again spoiler Tommy going to the cemetery and the lightning scene, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yep. That is a
Because he dies in
great
the
film.
fourth one,
Yep.
and he
Yep.
resurrected.
Yep. Which I'm honestly glad that they brought him back because the fourth one's fucking good too, and so is the third one. The first four I really like. The fifth one I wasn't a big fan of. The sixth one is also great. Um, but yeah, like if it weren't for them bringing it back after that fourth one, that sixth one never would have gotten made, and that sixth one I think is honestly like the perfect type kind of vibe to a Friday the 13th film. I don't.
Oh yeah, definitely,
I,
definitely.
I don't know
I
if
agree
you know
wholeheartedly.
this, but the writer of that sixth Friday the 13th, he actually wrote all the Scream films also.
Wes Craven?
No, no, Kevin Williamson is the name of the
Oh,
writer.
okay.
Yep, yep, and he wrote that sixth Friday the 13th. I think that's why it's so good because I think he does really good at taking a horror character and really like almost kind of making fun of them with themselves. It's got a very meta type of twist to it. It really is interesting.
Yeah, I gotta agree.
Because that sixth one, if I'm remembering correctly, there's a little bit of intentionally cheesy scenes in there, like where they'll show the camp counselors talking and they'll say something that's like really cheesy and overt. It's just completely like okay, that's really cheesy, but like they never the movie doesn't take itself serious enough to make you walk away from it saying, "Damn, that was a cheesy movie." It's more like you're laughing with the movie. Um,
Yeah, like the scene where you find Jason walking through the woods, people playing pinball or paintball or something, and he
yeah,
rips this guy's arm off, and he's like, "Oh, this just happened."
yeah, yep, that's right. I remember that part. Now that you say it, yeah, exactly. Like that one. I remember the camp counselors and that were always flirting too, and I mean it's like the most outrageous types of flirting, and it's just yeah, like that movie was spot on with that. Like the other ones, I feel like they suffered because they tried taking themselves way too serious. A perfect example is the eighth one, um, Jason Takes Manhattan. That movie takes itself really serious, and there's a part where he punches a dude's head off of his body, and because the film takes itself so serious, it's like it doesn't play right. But obviously, the paintball guy getting his arm ripped off is something that is attributed to a lot of people's favorite Friday the 13th film, whereas it's vice versa for the eighth one with the dude getting his head punched off.
But I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense for Jason's strength if they want to keep that aspect within the movies.
Yeah,
Uh,
that is very true. He is a very strong dude.
yeah.
What did you think of the remake?
The 2009 one?
Yeah, I believe that was the year it came out in.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
So, I don't know. They tried ham fisting a lot of aspects from the last couple movies
Yeah.
into one movie, and some of the shots were really cool and fun and inventive.
They
but,
were. See,
it was. Yeah.
see, I really liked how they made him this complete badass in that one. I love the scenes where he's like smacking people against the tree in the sleeping bag. I love the tunnels, how they incorporated that. That seemed like something that they should have done a long time ago. At least for the later sequels, when he's like just completely like, uh,
Living in the camp.
yeah, yep. Um, but yeah, I get where you're coming from. I think that they use the teens a little bit too much in that one. Um, like I don't know how to explain it. The characters just weren't very likable, except for like the two main characters, and it's like, well, they're the two main characters. Like, they're probably not gonna die. So it just it made it whenever someone died, it was more of like a thank God they're dead rather than uh,
Yeah.
any character connection. Which I really think honestly the best horror film that has that element of I really like that character. The Nightmare on Elm Street films, I really think like the first one where Johnny Depp dies, I'm always like, damn, like I liked his character. And then the third one when now that I'm saying this out loud, I don't know if he actually dies on the third one, but the kid that's mute, I don't know if you remember that.
What was the third one about?
That's the one where they're in the mental hospital. And
Oh, that one. That one.
yes,
Yeah, that was. Ooh.
the mute kid, I can't remember his name, but I don't remember if he dies in that one or not. But I know they have a scene where it's spoiler alert. Shit, my bad. I know they have a scene where it seems like um, he's gonna die, and I can't remember if I feel like they might have pulled it, retracted it, and he actually survives, and it was like a close call type thing. But again, like it's like that's one of the characters I like, and it's like damn, like that sucks.
Yeah, I don't really remember that much.
Yeah. That one that one's probably my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street aside from the original, and then New Nightmare too. I really like New Nightmare a lot.
Is that the remake?
No, New Nightmare is it was kind of a remake, but it was before the most recent remake. Um, I think it's like 1997. It's about Heather Langenkamp, the actress that played Nancy, and Robert Englund, the actor that plays Freddy, and then Wes Craven, the director of the film. In real life, they're working on another Freddy film. The actors and director.
That one,
Yeah.
I remember, yeah.
Yep, that one's really intriguing and interesting. I really like that one.
Yeah, I have to agree. It was very, very interesting.
Yes, yep. That one I think is what really inspired Wes Craven to say, "Okay, this Scream movie, I like this. Let's try this." Because that whole Scream series, it's like every film, it's like Stab, the film based on the events in the film before it. Stab 2, the film based on the events in the film before that one. Um, the Scream films really have a way of referencing themselves in uh, that method that
yeah,
New
in their
Nightmare
own movie.
does.
That was kind of hilarious seeing
Yeah,
them making fun of themselves.
yeah, yep. It's great. It's just like what we were just discussing with Friday the 13th 6, where it makes it better because it's not really taking itself too serious. Um, yeah. What did you think of the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street?
that I really don't like the direction. Again, spoilers. Again, sorry. How they make Freddy a pedophile,
I
like
know.
straight up a pedophile.
I know.
I did not need to see that. I did not need to know that.
Yep.
It was gross.
Because
Like I think they did that to make him more unlikable
Yep.
as a villain, but you can enjoy villain characters just as much as
Yep.
hero characters.
That's a very good point. Yeah, that is a very good point. Because in the original they didn't have him be a pedophile. I don't think. I
think just killed kids.
Yeah.
Just 'cause.
Yeah. Which is so funny that horror fans are like, oh, it's so much better that when he was just killing kids rather than when he was a pedophile. But seriously, that was they did that new film, the latest Nightmare on Elm Street. I wasn't very big on that. I don't know.
And they couldn't get the original actor too, and
Yeah.
it's just kind of weird seeing somebody else take on that
Yeah.
iconic Robert Englund, because he embodies the character so well. You just see him, and I know it's, as actors you want to see, like, there are so many other people who play the same role, and you just remember people based on the roles that they play. It's, I mean, I'm not dissing. I'm not dumping on the guy. I don't want to dump on the guy who played the role of Freddy in the newest film, because I'm sure he worked his butt off to try to fill in such big shoes.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I understand that. There is just a point where honestly you really should not move forward with the film, and I think I really do think the instant that someone said, "Oh, Robert Englund's not going to be attached to this, let's still go for it." Like you said, no diss to I can't think of his name. He also portrayed uh, Rorschach, or I think that's how you say it, Rorschach in Watchmen. Um, which is also a great film. He's a good actor. Jackie Earl Haley, I believe, is his name. Now that I'm talking about him out loud, let me check real quick. But I just see the thing is they actually when they were making A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, yeah, it's Jackie Earl Haley. But when they were making Nightmare on Elm Street 2, there was a period where they didn't want Robert Englund to return, so they had someone else come on set, and that person was literally only on set for about a day because they realized this is much more than just makeup and the face and the mask. This is about Robert Englund's personality too. That's part of what creates the character. So like they had learned their uh, lesson before, and they still tried to redo that mistake, and I think that cost them.
Yeah, I gotta agree.
Which one would be your favorite then? I'm sorry that this is turning into a huge just conversation about horror, but
No, I don't mind. I'm enjoying this. But I think my favorite Nightmare on Elm Streets are basically when they make Freddy into a clown character, and it's just hilarious to see him killing off these kids in such a hilarious way because he's this nightmare demon and he can kind of shapeshift into weird characters.
yes,
Like he shapeshifted into this like big buff superhero dude, and then there was,
I know what you're
and then
talking
you
about.
see him like playing on a video game, torturing this kid, and it's just hilarious.
Yeah, those movies. I know a lot of people dislike those ones because of the fact that they're out of the realm of realism, and then I know there's some fans that think the complete opposite way. Um, but those do have some really memorable scenes for deaths in them. Yeah, they're great. Um, yeah, I really think going back to kind of your idea of wanting to make a staple horror film, I think that that is overdue, honestly. I think that we are at a point with horror films where there really hasn't been a great original horror film in a long time. Like, I love the movie It Follows. I don't know if you've seen that one or not, um, but that's a great film. Have you seen that
Was
one?
that like the STD ghost?
Yes, yes. What'd you think of that?
Yeah. It was interesting. I do have to admit it was interesting. It was fun seeing like this invisible entity chasing all these kids.
Yes,
But
I think
and
you're.
yeah.
I think you're gonna say what I'm about to say. It like for a original staple horror film, it wasn't anything special. It's just it's more of like a that's a good art house horror film. Like I personally really loved it, but like I would never in 20 years have a conversation and say, oh, that It Follows, it's up there with Nightmare on Elm Street, like because it's not. Like it's more of
Yeah,
a
I wouldn't say that.
yeah, it's more of a like it's an interesting concept and like the camera work's really cool. The fact that there's not really a set time period, it's more like past and future combined, kind of, is really interesting and cool. Um, yeah, like it feels like a nightmare itself. The movie does, and just like Get Out did the same thing, um, where
Get
it's
Out was a great film,
Great
honestly.
Out.
It was
Great Out was.
fantastic. It was
Yes.
so good.
Yeah, it really is. I prefer Get Out to Us. I don't know if you've seen Us.
I like them both. I've seen Us, and I do. I can't compare the. I can't compare them because they're both
Very
so good.
different. Yes. Yep. I don't know. I thought with Get Out, like I think the point there is so short and sweet, and the message is just like I think that's just a really poignant. I don't know if I'm saying that word right. Poignant or poignant.
I think it's poignant.
Yeah, yeah. I just realized saying that I never said that word out loud before. I don't think, but but yeah,
Yeah, I get how you feel.
I think Get Out's like a perfect film, and Us, I think like my expectations were just so high that I was like, ah. Oh. But I really hope his new one's really good. I think it's called
Excuse me.
Nope, maybe I think is the name of it. I don't know if you've seen.
I hope he doesn't go with that name because honestly, I see "nope" as such a memey word. So
I don't remember if that's what it's called. See, like, I don't know if someone just edited the poster and like made it a meme, and I saw it once, and that's why I'm getting it confused. Uh, yeah, it's called Nope, unfortunately. It,
Oh.
but I mean, at the same time, when he revealed Us as his second film, I was like, what the hell? Like, yeah, I don't know. We'll
I
see.
thought Us had a very, very interesting concept.
It
That
it
was so cool.
it really did. I didn't see Us until probably about a year after it came out. I had seen clips and whatnot, but I fell asleep in the theater for it, um, on accident. I didn't mean to, but when I finally saw it, I was like, I felt like the ending went on like just dragged, and like still to this day, I really like the concept of it. I really like the twist ending, um, but I just feel like there's a part in the middle where I'm always every single time that I've watched the movie, I've probably seen it 2 or 3 times now, where I'm always just like, okay, like I feel like this should have ended probably by now. Like I don't know, like the chasing and all that. Like it's but I mean it's still a really enjoyable film. I feel like a lot of horror films lately have really lingered with their endings. Like there's been like 3 points in the film, um, and I mean the original Child's Play is kind of like this for me too, where I'm just like, okay, like you guys are really kind of pushing it with when this gets old and when this is really going to end. But yeah, it's hard to do with a horror film because you don't want the bad guy to just die so easily. You want there to be a fight. You want the audience to think, oh, they're going to come back, whatever. Um, so it's definitely understandable. Um, yeah, I like Get Out a lot because of the fact that it's such a I would say perfect film, and then Us is like just a level below that because of that fact with the ending. And yeah, sorry for rambling.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, I love them both. Like Us is probably like an 8 out of 10 for me, but it wasn't up there with Get Out for me. Like I'm not shitting on it at all. Like it's a great film. It's just when
Yeah, it's just your opinion.
yeah,
I
yeah,
get it.
when Get Out is your first film, like that is crazy. That is like, oh, Get Out was like the first film I've seen in years that I was like, that is like a perfect film. I mean, it really was good. The layers and all that, like it's the perfect. Like I wish I could make Get Out.
Yeah, me too.
Like I don't know, that one stuck with me ever since I've seen it. Um, that's honestly, I think that's how you'll like the new Scream movie, because I really well. I don't want to hype it up for you because I don't want you to have what happened to me with Us because I feel like I should have liked Us a lot more. Just like I feel like there's a lot of superhero movies that get. I don't know if you like superhero movies at all.
Uh, and not really. I'm
Yeah.
more into the horror genre
See,
myself.
see, when I was a kid, I used to love those. Uh, and like it was like I started growing up, and I think it's because I think the reason I don't like them much anymore is because when I was at school and I really liked them, I would be like the last person to see them, so I'd have all this time at the lunchroom table hearing people, oh, it's such a good movie, yada yada, and then I'd finally see it, and I'd be like, that is such a letdown, and so I think that really kind of warped my taste of those movies. But I don't want to do that to you with this new Scream. But I will say that I really loved it. Go into it with your expectations low though, because you'll like it even more. But
Yeah,
so
out
good.
of all the horror genres or horror movies that I've seen, Scream is just kind of my less favorite because I enjoy movies where you have like this big, huge, intimidating guy that like kills everything, or if they have like supernatural powers that they have to fight off. I mean, it's not really like that with Scream, but it does have good twists that I understand
Yeah,
people like.
yeah, that's definitely understandable. I think that you'll probably like this new one a little bit more than the other ones because it's again, I'm not going to spoil it at all for you, but I will just say it has more stakes. That's the best way I can put it. It has more stakes than the other ones. It feels a lot less like it's trying to have a soft comedic spine to it. Um, and that's why I really liked it a lot more than like the last two. Um, but yeah, I hope you really like it. I really do. Um,
Yeah, I've heard that it's a lot better than the previous sequels too. So
yes, yep, I would agree with that. Yeah, sorry for delving into this horror topic for so long, but this next question you might have already answered. I think it's the last question, I believe.
what my favorite film is?
Yes.
I didn't really talk about it yet
Yeah.
because
Yeah. What?
my favorite film, I have two. It's The Boy and Mama. They're both horror movies
I've seen.
that subvert the genre in ways you wouldn't imagine.
I've seen The Boy. That's the one with the doll, right?
Yeah,
Yep. I've seen that. And then Mama. I'm trying to think. Is
it's
that
about like a mom ghost.
is that the one with Jennifer Lawrence, or is that a different one? That's
That's a
Mother.
different.
I think that's Mother. Mama is Olivia. What's her name? Olivia Spencer, or is that the
Yeah,
actress's
I
name?
love the movie, but there are such glaring mistakes that they make. Like in the movie, they put the kids to bed in the middle of the day,
Oh,
and
Mama.
that bothers me so
I
much.
know what you're talking about. That's I just looked it up. That's the one with the two little girls, right?
Yeah,
Yes, that is a great film. That I forgot that existed honestly until just now.
yeah, I love that film so much. It's you don't see a lot of films where you sympathize with the monster like this
Yeah, I
because
will admit I will give you that. That is really true with that film. Like I would never have considered that until you just said that. But yeah, that is very true.
yeah,
What
I love Mama.
what do you love about The Boy?
Um, spoilers.
Mhm.
It's the spoilers that I love. And I'm not gonna spoil it, but I love the spoilers so much in The Boy. That's all I'm gonna say. I love the spoilers.
Like the twist ending?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
yep,
love
yep. Yeah,
love.
The Boy has actually The Boy and Mama both have really good cinematography. Um, like I'm trying to think. Mama has some of the most unique cinematography I've seen for a film that's like that.
Yeah,
And
and I think the CGI effects that they have for the ghost
yes,
character and
yes,
how they got like an actor that moves around like that,
yes,
it just makes it so good.
yeah.
Such a creepy character.
Yes, I went into Mama not really expecting to like it, but I remember walking away from it, and I really liked it. I mean, obviously, I forgot about that movie until you just said something about it, but like it is a really good movie. Thank you for reminding me of it because I have to go rewatch it soon. But
You're
um,
welcome, and you should. It
I really
also
do
makes
need
fun
to.
of the parents putting their kids to bed in the middle of the day.
Yeah, that I mean that's the thing though. Every film has some type of plot hole, so just because a film has a plot hole doesn't make it bad by any means. Um,
Yeah, I agree. Like
yeah,
this glaring flaw, I hate it, but I love the movie despite it.
yeah. What's your next favorite genre after horror?
Um, 2D animation, honestly.
Oh, okay. Like I'm trying to think. I don't know if you'd like it at all, but just a film that I'd like to leave you with that I think you'd really like. Because uh, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. It's it's um it's hard to explain it. It's got Jim Carrey in it, but it's a serious film. I don't know if you've ever seen The Truman Show.
I'm familiar with the Truman Show. I don't believe I've seen it.
Yeah, yeah. The Truman Show and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind are kind of one and the same, where they're Jim Carrey in a serious role, and um, they're both like just really good films in terms of kind of separating uh, you from the real world and the dream world. Just like being John Malkovich, also, they're all kind of one in the same boat. But if you liked Get Out a lot as a horror, I think Get Out kind of feels like a nightmare whenever I watch it, like you're watching someone's nightmare. So does Us
Yeah,
a little bit. Those films are very good at that too, but they are in the sense of not being a horror. Um, is there any film recommendations you have for me?
I guess I would also suggest Crimson Peak and Dead Silence.
I've heard Crimson Peak. I've heard of Crimson Peak. I've never seen it. And Dead Silence from James Wan with the puppet.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
with the puppet,
Yep.
and I remember it having a very weird twist ending too, and I remember being pretty scared of it. Or sometimes when I dream, I get like absolutely terrified of movies and that I would never feel in the real world. So maybe they mixed. I don't know.
I see. I need to. I don't know if I've ever honestly finished Dead Silence. Um, I remember watching it, but I don't remember the ending or anything. So I need to rewatch that.
Yeah,
But
I highly suggest it.
yeah, I'll
And
definitely.
Crimson Peak has Tom Hiddleston in it, and that's honestly a very enjoyable movie too.
What's that one about? Could you give me a brief summary? I think it's from the same director as Mama. I could be wrong though. I could be way wrong.
No, it's not.
It's
So
not.
Crimson Peak takes place in like this Victorian era England where this girl sees ghosts all her life, and then she's married off to Tom Hiddleston. I forget his name in the movie, but they move to a beautiful rundown manor on a Crimson Peak with his sister. So she's married to this dude, and she sees ghosts in Crimson Peak as well. And it's a very cool movie, and the ghost designs are also very creepy.
I'm definitely gonna have to check it out. I'm really interested in that, especially because I've seen the trailers and stuff, but I just have not seen it. So um, you know, uh, it's definitely overdue that I watch it. I haven't seen that one with Jennifer Lawrence either that I mentioned earlier. Have you? I think it's called
I
Mother.
don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, I heard that has a really good twist ending, so maybe that's a film recommendation for both of us. um,
All right.
yeah, because I've heard it's got a really weird twist ending, which if you like those and I like those myself, I just never got around to watching it. But
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
I'm pretty sure that's from the director of Black Swan, which is also a really weird. Uh,
Yeah, I remember watching that movie with my mom. It was very
I
awkward.
yeah, I watched yeah, same here. I watched it with my parents, and about halfway through, it's like, I don't know if I want to keep going with this or not. uh, but it was great talking to you about horror films. I'm sorry we delved off into that for so long. I didn't mean to attack you with my criticisms of us. I I
It's
just
okay.
I,
It's your opinion. It's okay.
I just wanted to let you know that I don't hate it. Like, yeah, I really do like it. I really do. I just like I felt um like a Harvard prick talking about why Us sucks, and it's like I don't hate it. I want you to understand that I love Us, but I love Get Out just a hair more.
Yeah, that's okay.
It was great meeting you. I look forward to uh, hopefully working with you more, talking to you more, being friends, hopefully. If not, that's understandable. But I understand we're both very busy, obviously, and it's not like we're going to voice chat all the time. But, like, seriously, if you ever need help with a script or anything, if you ever want me to read anything or act in anything, if you do get a script going or whatever, feel free to hit me up. Um, let's hope that the Voxes gets renewed uh, because that is a great, very surreal show, and it's awesome to be a part of that. I'm
Yeah,
glad
I
that
agree.
yeah, I'm glad that you're on that. Someone so cool deserves uh, a, a rewarding show like that. I hope that you get your groundbreaking show that really breaks layers and leads you to crazy things in public that you would never expect. I will
Thank
definitely,
you
yes,
so much.
yes, of
Thank you.
course. I will definitely be considering you for roles, and I look forward to it. Um, what
Yeah,
was?
thanks for having me on your podcast. This was very fun.
Yes, of course. You're always welcome to come back too. I got a whole lot of people lined up right now. Well, not a whole lot, but I'm trying to. I'm going through that list of Draco Lloyd contacts, but you're definitely always welcome back in the future. If you ever want to be, just let me know and I'll find a time. Your website is what? ClaireWescottVA.com?
ClaireWescottVA.webs.com.
.webs.com. Okay. I'll put that in the description below. If you could just please send me your links, as well as what was the web
Azure
series?
Howl.
At Your
Azure
Howl?
Howl.
Okay.
Azure like the color blue Azure Howl.
Oh, okay, okay. As Your Howl, right?
Yeah.
Okay. My bad. I'll put the
You're
link to
fine.
that, and if you have a YouTube or anything, I'll put that in there. Anything you want in the description, just send me, and I'll throw it in there. It was great meeting you. Anybody that's listening, I hope you go and check out Claire Wescott's other work, as well as the Voxes. and I hope that we can get Draco Lloyd to calm down for a little bit and take a break if he needs so.
He definitely deserves one.
He does. Well, thank you for being on the podcast, and I hope you have a great day. It was great meeting you.
Thank you. Yeah, you too, definitely.
You have
Thanks
a
for
good
having
one.
me.
Yes, of course. You have a good one.
You too.
Bye.